good time zones, ladies and gentlemen, race fans of all ages, friends and families, from our drivers down on the track. Whether you're joining us from the East Coast, the West Coast, or somewhere in between, or some questionable corner of the internet where it's apparently still acceptable to watch people turn left for 2 hours, welcome to the iCast Racing Network. We make our way tonight to Chicagoland Speedway, a track that has a little bit of everything for these drivers. Long straightaways, challenging corners, multiple racing lines, and plenty of opportunities for drivers to make their move. This is a track where patience can pay off, but hesitation can cost you positions. The trucks will have to be handled carefully, and the tires will become increasingly important as the race wears on. With the championship hanging in the balance, nobody can afford to give away any points here tonight. So tonight, Chicagoland isn't just another stop on the schedule. This is round number 3 of the chase for the championship. I am Mike Taylor up here in the booth, your producer for tonight's race. And alongside me is going to be your commentator, your race control, and everybody apparently just trusts him with the responsibility of keeping this entire operation somewhere vaguely resembling organization. The man that has a difficult job of watching the drivers, watching the track, watching the cautions, watching the race control screens, and occasionally trying to figure out what the hell is going on and pretending like everything is under control. David Forch will be at the helm of race control. The battle for the championship is officially entering the half part of the chase, where every lap starts carrying more weight. 3 races go, and everyone is chasing that dream for the championship. Today, this 1.5 mile speedway is going to be a lot of grip, with the track temperature only being 78 degrees, 76 degrees Fahrenheit for your air temperature, with winds at 6 to 7 miles an hour south-southwest. And these drivers will have 4 additional sets of tires, 3 green-white checkers to their arsenal if they need it, with 80% fuel limit. We are going for 134 laps today, ladies and gentlemen, with stages taking place at lap number 25 and 55. Before we get much further into this, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a look here at your point standings here for the Pist and Broke Truck Series, presented by the Race to Place or the Place to Race and the East Coast Web Printers. Cole McElwain, he's on top with a 13-point lead over Shane Fleming. 14 points back total to Brady Gottsch. Jason Brantley only 21 points back. Seth Jackson 29 points back. Then Tyler McCann, Reid Sanders, Doug Hess, Jared Gottsch, and Kevin Page, all under 39 points. Today, David, what are you anticipating from all of these drivers as we get ready to rumble here at Chicagoland?
Frustration and struggle. While Chicagoland is one of those multi-groove tracks, you always got your preferred line, but the problem here, especially today, as I'm taking a look at these qualifying and practice times, these drivers are insanely close to each other on lap time. I mean, at the moment, Paul Travis in the 0-1 sitting on the pole with a 30.890. Jason Brantley in that number 3, he's in second, 30.892. Next lap time is Douglas Hess with 30.898, and then Brady Gottsch in with a 30.900. So these lap times are going to be so close to each other that while you might be able to move up or down or try a different lane than otherwise, and you won't lose a lot of time, being this close in lap times is going to make these passes long. They're going to make them challenging, and it's going to also put a tax on the tire use. It's going to make it a lot more in those moments because you're going to be trying a lot harder to make things happen. So I'm expecting a lot of frustration, a lot of failed passes, but quite a few exciting passes too.
Yeah, absolutely. And last week, we had a driver. Oh, as you see, Shane Fleming throwing it up on top of the board with a 30.828. Crazy.
The biggest split in lap times. Yeah.
Yeah, last week, let me go double check my notes here. But I know last week we had a driver here that is not championship contender take home the race win last week. And there he is. Oh no, it was Cole McElwain. That's right, he finished first, and then I believe it was Paul Travis who finished second last week. Making it a little bit difficult for some of these chase drivers to gain points here today. And but with that being said, I think pretty much all of our drivers that are going to qualify has qualified. And just like you said, David, tonight, it's going to be very interesting. Everybody is so close on times. Everybody's going to be so close, door to door, bumping, banging. And we're looking to see who's going to come out on top. Who do you have your eye on here for today?
Honestly, I don't really have a specific driver that I'm going to be watching here today because of the fact that these lap times are so close. I mean, any of these drivers are going to be the ones to pull it off. So honestly, I would ask that question again about halfway through. Let's see how things shake up, because at this point, anyone in the top 10 is an absolute viable option. Anyone outside the top 10 still has the opportunity to make something happen. So I couldn't give you one this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from 1st to 13th is what, less than a half a second? 30.8 to a 30, I'm sorry, a 30.8 all the way down to a 31.2. That's less than a half a nine. Yeah, that's 4/10 of half a second between your top 13. That's very, very close. This is like Daytona times when it boils down to it to come to qualifying. This is absolutely crazy. And let me tell you what, Paul Travis in that number 01 machine, he's looking to make a mess for our chase contenders as he's looking for a race win as well. But it is time to line up and get ready for your starting lineup for tonight's 134 lapper right here at Chicagoland on the iCast Racing Network. Let's go ahead and take a look at your starting lineup for tonight's race. Starting on the pole in that number 97 WeatherTech machine is going to be Shane Fleming. To his outside, Paul Travis. Row number 2, you got that number 3 for East Coast Web Printers. It's going to be Jason Brantley. He'll be joined by WindowGang.com, Douglas Hess. The number 5 of Brady Gottsch in that Bush Mobile 1 machine. He'll be on the inside row 3. Joining him, Tyler Daniels in the number 25. Inside row number 4 in that Pennzoil number 10 machine, Seth Jackson. He's going to be joined by that number 9 of Reid Gottsch. Inside row number 5, you got Kevin the Vulture Page in that number 87 machine. To his outside, Kenneth Passmore in the 72. The Red Wings number 4 machine of Reid Sanders will be on the inside of row number 6. To his outside, the 99 of Corey Buskirk. Timothy Varner in the number 22 will be on the inside of row 7. To his outside, Cole McElwain in that number 8 machine. Chris Melton in that number 49 machine. He's going to be on the inside of row number 8. To his outside, it's going to be the 62 of Derek Brown. And that will round out your field of 16 here today. And these drivers are waiting for one more driver to come line up at the start-finish line. And that's going to be Doug Hess in that number 6 machine. But I think he might be electing to start down in the pits if he doesn't join up here in just a moment. Yeah,
While we are getting this field ready, I sent you a little note into your producer box there, if you don't mind taking a look at that. But yeah, I'm not really surprised by seeing Shane Fleming and Paul Travis sitting there up on the front row with Jason Brantley and Douglas Hess rounding out the that little front section there. These drivers have been doing good all season long. I think it's only a matter of time before we see Cole McElwain in number 8, though. He's sitting there in the back. Didn't get a good qualifying effort. Heck, I don't even think he did qualify. Yeah, he did. Qualified with a 31.224, far from his fastest lap time. So he's going to be someone that we're going to want to take a look into.
Whoops. Wrong button. Alrighty, and up in the corner part of your screen, you're going to see some logos coming across. We want to thank everybody for sponsoring us to be here, especially the East Coast web printers. And Top Dog Race Control, they'll be up top as well. They'll have a QR code. You'll be able to scan that, head over to our Discord. But we are getting ready to go green flag racing right here at Chicagoland. 16 trucks are taking the green flag as they make their way down towards turn number 1 for the first time. Shane Fleming, he is holding strong on the inside there as Paul Travis is trying to make a run on the inside. But right now, Jason Brantley is trying to hold off for that second position as well, as they will go side by side heading down into turn number 3. And out of turn number 4, it's going to be Shane Fleming leading this first lap. Maybe Paul Travis, I think Paul Travis got hit with leading that first lap. Now I'm very curious. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Shane Fleming actually is being scored by iRacing, not SDK, as the leader that last time by. So it was close.
Oh, yeah. They're both on my end saying that they both led a lap.
That's crazy. Yeah, these guys definitely giving it hard. And while Fleming and the number 3 were battling, the 5 and the 9, the Gottsch brothers of Brady and Jared, they were struggling pretty hard through the corners there for a few corners. They just couldn't keep their truck straight. It looked like the 5 would wiggle and then the 9 would wiggle. Looking right now, you see the 9 making a crossover on the 5. I don't think that was all intentional. He looked like he was giving it a little bit of slide there. This track is going to be one of those bumpy, rough, and slick tracks that these drivers are going to be battling just for the entire duration here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and I want to ride on board here with Brady Gottsch. I know that he just got in front of Jared, but I want you guys to watch his hands coming out of these corners. He's working that wheel, trying to make sure, to keep that rear wheel under him, as he's now looking on the inside of Shane Fleming here for that second position. But look here out of turn 4. Watch how much he actually didn't move it that much this time. But I know last time
but he did give it did give it counter steering. If you're looking at that orange strip right center top of his wheel, you're gonna see it when he comes out. You see him going left and right. That's him kind of fighting it now. And then right there, see it, just quick right. That's what he's been doing consistently. And what Mike had saw was him doing it a lot more dramatically, almost as how it was when I was explaining it. But yeah, if you look at, while Mike talks about this, look at those little bit of a right shot it takes. That's counter steering. So even though it's minor, that's still a big deal.
Yeah, and believe it or not, it can scrub 1 to 2 miles an hour right there. As Doug Hess in that number 6, he's coming back down pit road. So I'm wondering if Doug Hess in that number 6, he is having issues. But if he's having issues here at Chicagoland, this very well could put Doug Hess out of the running for his second consecutive Truck Series championship here in the Piston Broke Truck Series.
Yeah, and you mentioned just those little subtle movements can scrub off, 1 to 2 miles an hour. And, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, big deal, 1 mile an hour, 2 mile an hour. That's a huge deal when you're at such a big track like this. This is a 1.5 mile long track. I mean, the corners, you really don't depend on any type of aerodynamic assistance, but on the straightaways, like the back straightaway, it's very helpful to be able to get into somebody's draft, because when you're in someone's draft, you're going to gain 1 or 2 miles an hour, and you'll see it. It's dramatic. These drivers will close in. You see the 97 now making a move on the inside of the number 5 of Brady Gottsch. Not quite able to make anything happen through the corner. But yeah, it's just a matter of 1 or 2 miles an hour that's going to make or break the winner here today. So, I mean, it's a big deal to make sure that you're smooth, you're consistent, and you're not burning off more than you need to with your tires.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just realized my tower went poof for some odd reason, but there it is. It's back. But right now, non-chase contender Paul Travis in that 0-1 machine, he's holding strong currently out front as we come around to complete lap number 9 of 25 for the first stage here tonight at Chicagoland. And right now, everybody's still looking pretty strong here. So let's man, everybody's just strong so far.
Yeah, that's like what I was talking about at the top of the hour. I mean, this is one of those tracks where it's difficult to make moves, but you can. You do have your low line, middle line, and high line. It's a really big, wide track where you can get out of each other's dirty air. But this field is so competitive out here today. I mean, a lot of times are so comparable that not much is going on. You'll see a couple of trucks take a look on the inside, but because these lap times are so close to each other, that outside momentum, it prevails over the inside line. So no matter how quick you are through the corner, that outside line is just absolutely coming out dominant. So these drivers, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of these drivers trying to start to make moves on that outside, because that inside is just making it too difficult for them to complete passes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna send something over to your racer or to your race control box.
I copy that, my friend.
I can.
They're almost 3 wide here up front. The number 99, the 87, and the 62. Derek Brown in the 62, Corey Bushkirk in the 99, and Kevin Page in the number 87. These drivers are trying their best to make something happen, and they keep getting clustered together here for, I believe that's going to be 9th position there. Okay,
Yeah, absolutely.
I got what you sent.
Something that we talked about. Just ignore the bottom 2.
Tabs.
Correct. Just ignore the other 2 tabs. Oh, as Brady Gottsch in that number 5 got into the wall there. People are probably trying to figure out what we are talking about. Well, after some discussions, we were trying to figure out, where a lot of these drivers sit, statistic-wise. And, one of the things that, catches me here, these guys have, I believe this is going to be their 28th start overall. And there's only 2 drivers that have started every single race here in the Piston Broke Truck Series. And that is Jared Gottsch and Doug Hess. With both sitting at 27 starts total, today will make 28.
Yeah, and speaking of starts, that's kind of what I was wondering here. The 0-1, Paul Travis, he's not a contender for the chase, but he's been dominant the past couple weeks here. And I was wondering where the hell he came from. And honestly, he's been here the whole time. Not every race, not many races, in fact. That's why he's not in the chase. As fast as he has been these past couple weeks, it's because he's only started 7 races, and he's gotten the pole once. His average finish is 8th, and he's only won once so far, but 3 top 5s and 5 top 10s, and he's had a relatively clean season. So, at a 942 laps, he's had 44 incidences, so some luck, some bad luck here and there, but he seems like he's done a very bang-up job so far, and I think he's a threat for next season.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially if he's going to be becoming more and more of a uh, signature driver here in the Piston Broke Truck Series, which, you know, I would like to officially announce we will be back for season 3 of the Piston Broke Truck Series here on the iCast Racing Network. And not only that, starting September 13th, I think it was?
Yes, sir.
September 13th, we will also be opening up their A Place to Race's ARCA series as well. So we'll be there for the season opener there for the first 2 races. And then when the Piston Broke Truck Series starts 2 weeks after, we'll be taking care of them as well. As of right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are not able to cover all the races for both of those series. So if you guys would like to sponsor a race, please get in contact with us over at
Ooh, the 97 in the wall, opening the door for the number 3. Sorry for cutting you off there, my friend. There's big movements there, and I wasn't sure where that was going.
Yeah, Shane Fleming, that's not a move that you typically see out of him, you know, getting into the wall like that. But just scan that QR code on screen, guys. That'll take you into the Top Dog race control. And let the admins know in there. It'll be myself or David here. You just let one of us know that you would like to be a sponsor for one of these upcoming races next season for these guys, and we'll get all the payment details and everything to you so that we can set you up. So if you guys could do that and would love to have your company sponsored here on the iCast Racing Network, definitely hit us up and just scan that QR code when it comes back up on screen. So enough plugs. Go ahead.
No, let's continue the plug train here in just one moment. Let's continue to watch this number 97, the 3, and the number 8 here battling for position. They now bringing in the number 9, Gottsch for second position. These 4 drivers here are absolutely running every corner as hard as they possibly can right now. These guys, 5 laps to go here in stage 1. They're ready to rock and roll. Travis, though, he's sitting out there in that 0-1 ride. He's comfortable. He's got no worries. He's singing Hakuna Matata this whole time. He's got no contest out back, but these 4 drivers really kind of showing their cards here early on. They know that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. As you watch number 8 being plastered by the number 3 on the back straightaway going in to the corner there. They did a good job splitting it apart, but I do want to touch base a little bit more about iCast Race Network,
3 to go.
Top Dog Race Control, and I have automated. We should be all right this week. And the Place to Race, the Race Club. Thank you guys for always coming in here, tuning in and watching and hanging out with us while we do this. Thank you to the admins for trusting us with what we do. And yeah, we are very excited. If you want to sponsor and get some more coverage for these guys, if you want to be part of getting Top Dog to be a service provider for you or iCast and Top Dog are partners, scan that QR code. We'll get you going. But crazy action is there going on here. 2 to go at the line. These 4 drivers here are going hard, trying their best to make as many positions as they can for these stage points.
Oh man, I thought Shane Fleming in that 97 was going to go for an absolute wild ride there, but he was able to keep it under him, keep his nose clean. And right now, Paul Travis in that 01 Chevy, he is absolutely on fire because he is looking to take top points here in stage 1 as we come 1 lap to go before the caution will wave for this stage. And as of right now, Paul Travis, he's not in the chase, so these points don't matter. But Jared Gottsch, McElwain, Brantley, Fleming, they're going to be points 4, 3, 2, 1. They're not getting max points here in the stage. So as you see, McElwain now making his way in front of Gottsch. He's going to move up 12 positions in the first 25 laps as they come to the end of stage number 1. There it is. Paul Travis, Cole McElwain Jared Gottsch, Jason Brantley, Shane Fleming will be your top 5 and receive bonus points here in this stage. But right now, it is all in the hands of Paul Travis in that 0-1 machine as he will take home stage 1.
Man, they sure tried hard to maximize their positions for that stage end. And look who in second position. Cole McElwain, one of the drivers that started in the back, and I had mentioned, you know, we're going to be wanting to look for him to come up to the field. I think after seeing the first stage, I think I'm going to put my my name in two hats right now. Paul Travis, the number 01, and Cole McElwain in the number 8. I think these two drivers are going to be the ones that we're going to want to watch the most. This next stage is going to tell us exactly how the cookie is going to crumble in terms of how strong and competitive the 01 of Travis really is. Because Cole McElwain, he came up hot, and he came up with a mission, and he is not done yet.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Paul Travis, he's led all 26 laps here today so far. Well, maybe even 27 laps. I don't know. They're saying 2 people led the first lap, so who knows? But right now, that East Coast Web Printers 01 Chevrolet has led the most laps here today. Jared Gottsch in that number 9 machine in his True Force, his Logitech True Force Chevrolet will come on down pit road and get 4 tires. Kevin, I love you, my dude, but I need to be able to read those numbers. Definitely a very interesting paint scheme right here. As we go
Sorry
through
about that. Yeah, I was in my race control booth pressing a few buttons, hoping I didn't nuke nothing. Seems fixed. All right.
All right, so
Taking a look at all the schemes.
Yeah, so did your little program actually work?
Did not. I had to manually throw it. I pressed the button one too many times. Yeah, it was my fault.
You pressed it one too many times.
I did. I went from red to green to yellow, and yellow is standby, green is active.
Whoops.
Yeah, I blame you.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, you definitely can't miss Kevin Page.
I mean, you can't miss the truck, but you can miss who the hell it is, because how are you going to read a number like that?
Fact. Moving on, looking at the rest of the field. And Doug has, I feel